What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. We are here with the Country Run Seasonal Championship. We need to use a Lancia in the C class. So that's a pretty straightforward requirement. We are using the Stratos with the tuning shellcode being in the description. And as not much of a surprise, everyone in the championship will be using this. So it is what it is. Let's see. Obviously the tune is, well, the car itself, no matter how you tune the C class, is a little down in power, but it is, again, what it is, so it's a C class, what do you expect? I preferred the challenges this week that were with Italian hypercars because they had a little more power. That was not very clean, but go full throttle. And now we try to build up some speed, and then we try to use that for overtakes. We are overtaken. That can also happen. And that has more to do with the whole jumping thing. Landing on top of a car was probably not best way to go about things. We're up into 4th though, despite the issues we are having here. Up into 3rd. And this corner is really where I want to make the move into 1st. We want to cut that checkpoint and drive a very, very, very tight line. And that is our move into 1st. This move into the last corner really can make up a lot of time if you aren't in 1st already. But that was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. But despite our issues, we won, so somewhat surprisingly, but hey, it's not bad. Could be worse. Now we do this. Yeah, let's do this race. It doesn't really matter which one you do next. It's not a bad race. But again, you need to work with tactics that I don't really appreciate, like just flooring it through the corners, trying to somehow make it out of it. But it's cross-country and I don't like it anyways. It is what it is. I think I've said that a million times already, but I don't know. Trying to not be overtaken here at the start to avoid having to re-overtake them. Here you want to shoot the gaps where they drive through, so that you don't have that time penalty of driving through the rubbish. And we're building up some speed. Mild braking, because going in full throttle is just a little too much. We're up into third. Going at full speed, unfortunately we hit him, which lost us a little bit of speed. Not to hit too many trees here. This one works full speed as well. It helps in catching up again. Now we will want to make sure that we drive through where he drives through. A little late on the brakes from our side, which cost us a spot. But really this race is all about the water section that is coming up in a bit. I was very light on the brakes so that we can get a very clean entry and exit. But yeah, this water bit coming up is what decides this race. Because you want to make sure you get this very tight and you stay in the light water here and you get out of the water as soon as possible. Because the longer you are in the water, the more you drive through the water, the worse it is. And you will not be able to recover because the race ends here. So if you drive through too much water, you lose. Brake early, take a tight corner, and that can win you the race. And that is a win in race number 2. Again, not with the usual lead that we have on the road tracks, but that's the nature of this kind of race. And now we go into the last race, which is up here. We seem to have seen, yeah, we did misclick there and travel next to the race. This race has one section that can derail everything, unless you use rewind, then it's fine, but it's not even a section necessarily, it's a corner that can derail everything because of how annoying it is if you overshoot it. It's funny because I made a video about the Polytunnel's drift zone, but my old video of the Polytunnel's drift zone got like a lot more views than the new one, and the old one doesn't use a car that is applicable for this week, so YouTube again doing its thing. Because obviously it's not the first time the Polytunnel's drift zone is a seasonal event, so it's not the first time I make a video on it. So you need to watch the current one, that's why I always write the date. Very light on the brakes, so that we can get some excess speed here. Get our first overtake in. And here we are coming up to the corner of death. Go to the inside. If you overshoot this, you land in God knows where. And your race is basically over unless you rewind. But if you don't, then your race is basically over. You can overshoot slightly here, that's not too big of a problem. Water again, which is annoying, but it is what it is. now the rest of the race is... It's not easy per se, but it's easier than the starting section with that corner of death. Here you want to avoid driving through all of the water, so you go very left. Two-thirds of the race done. Tapping the brakes for this, probably not necessary, but I'm going to play it safe. Also don't need to brake for this, but for all of that water, I'm sure it'll slow you down. And here you have one more section that could technically go wrong, where you can throw it away, which is if you don't properly make it onto the train tracks and into that jump. That could maybe go wrong, but this is the most relaxed race of this championship. If you get through that corner at the start. Because if you are late on the brakes there, then you just fly off into the wilderness. And that is a win. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, farewell.